Hello everyone, this is Ivan with Create Your Future. I am a certified life coach, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you, it's a story that I should have shared with you a while back ago. I did mention it a couple of months back, how I had attracted or manifested into my life a wonderful job opportunity that had everything that I wanted within a job. But I never made the video of how I was able to create that. Now, I think it's for a reason, because ever since I made that video till this point now, a lot of things have changed, and actually that opportunity that I attracted has gotten better and better. You know, there's been a lot of growth within that opportunity, and there's been some changes. So it's a really important thing for you to know that you could always change any outcome. Even if you attract something that you want and it starts to not feel so great to you, you could change that and bring in a whole entire new experience. So I'm going to share about that experience and what I did to change the perspective to it, and how I was able to make it even a better opportunity. But not only that, when I started to practice this, a lot of things around me started to change, because internally I was changing something within me that was bringing about better relationships, also better communication, and just fun adventure in my life, which is also very, very good. Before we jump into that, I wanted to remind you that I am available for one-on-one coaching. Links are down below. So let's jump into it. So one of the reasons I kind of stopped doing videos was because I did enter this new job, and it took a lot of my time. I was traveling a lot, which at the beginning was very, very exciting, because I would travel to great places and get to meet wonderful people, but then it started to get excessive. So I was constantly traveling. I started to notice that I was constantly tired. I was very limiting my time with my specific person, also with, friends and family. So I was really neglecting a lot of parts of my life. It was also neglecting Create Your Future, which is very, very important to me, because it is part of my passion, because I work in the fashion industry. However, my background as far as education is in psychology, and I think Create Your Future is a great platform for me to be an expression of that part of my life, and I really do enjoy it, and I enjoy really making these videos and getting to connect with a lot of you, and through sessions and through these videos. So I was missing out on all of that, even though that this job opportunity was great, but a lot of things were starting to become I was missing a lot of things. So it got to a point where I sat within myself and said, I want to change this. I want something within this company, because I do appreciate and enjoy working for this company, but I want something that also allows me to be available to the other passions that I have and people around me and the things that bring joy into my life. So I started to journal. Journaling is something that I use. And every night I would just kind of journal out what it is that I wanted to experience in a present form. So I would write down, I am so happy and grateful that I am working at a job where I make X amount of money, and I get to work from home, but also sometimes at the office. So, and I get to have a hybrid schedule. I also get to work in a lovely, supportive environment where I am appreciated, and where I am constantly growing and achieving a lot of success. And I get to hang out with my friends, and I get to hang out with my specific person, and I also get to have great communication. So this was what I was journaling. It's just an example. Obviously, I would go into more specific details, which you could do that as well. And I would kind of read it every single night before I would go to bed, and I would edit some things, because some things might pop up during the day that I wanted to kind of incorporate, that I was living in my current reality, so I wanted to change that. So I would kind of edit it as I was going, but I kept consistent to reading that every single night. As far as affirmations, I am a strong believer in affirmations, but I just kind of use an umbrella affirmation. Everything is always working out for me, and I'm grateful for that. That's basically all I would say. But every night I kept a consistency in journaling and reading it and editing, making any necessary edits. Within a matter of weeks, my manager calls me and tells me that they wanted to create a new job position for me. Now, this was an entire new job position that has never been part of the company before, and they wanted to design it exclusively for me. So everything that came with that opportunity was exactly what I was journaling. And it came with a pay raise. It came with me working with more creative people. It came with me not having to travel, with me actually having more time to be at home and experience, my own personal life. And it just gave me, the liberty of actually getting to build more of it, because they kind of had a base for it, but they needed more of a foundation to grow upon. And they gave me, complete and total freedom to to incorporate to that. And yeah, to this day, I've been doing that. I've been in that position for a couple of months, and it's been amazing. It's given me more opportunity. I've been able to like really meet wonderful people and be very, very happy while keeping a balance in my personal life. But within that same, within all of that and all that happiness and joy that I felt of achieving this, a lot of things started to change with me, because I started to feel the power within me. I started to trust myself, because I started to see the proof in what I was doing consistently every single night. So I kept at it, and I started to incorporate how happy and grateful I was to, be surrounded by wonderful friends that bring about wonderful adventure and wonderful motivation and inspiration. And I started to interact with more of that friend that was bringing in that joy and happiness and bringing out the best in me. Within that journey, I also realized that I had to make inventory of the people around me, because there were certain people that were, based on where they were at, or maybe my assumptions of them, they were not aligned with what I currently was experiencing. So it wasn't like me trying to push them away, but just taking a step back and focusing more on the people that were aligned with the happiness and the inspiration and motivation that I was requiring at that time. Now, this is very important, because sometimes, we could have certain people around us that might make us feel a little negative, because we might have an assumption about them, of them being this way, or the lack of motivation that you see in them, and then you could get caught up in that, and then your thoughts start to align with that person. So I started to kind of, point out these people, and just taking a step back and, kind of building a better relationship with them. I wasn't trying to really focus in changing them, but I was just trying to focus more on the people that were bringing, better things into my life, as far as feelings, and just an experience overall. But I started to notice that these people started to change, because I did not want to let go of these people, because I do enjoy them. But I started to notice a change with them when I started to have fun and enjoy the other people that were aligned with what I was currently living. And then they started to kind of be more of that as well. So you don't have to worry about changing them, but sometimes you have to say, if you encounter them, you could take a step back and put the focus and intention where it needs to be, and those people will come around. Okay, so how does this also help in my relationship? Well, I do want to create my own particular relationship. I do believe that relationships for me are a little different, just because I don't want, the conventional relationship that everyone has, because I do love the sense of freedom that I do have. I do love having the opportunity to do what I want whenever I want, and I like the freedom. However, sometimes I do want that romantic support from somebody, and I was able to attract that person that brings in that, to my life. And I start to notice that anytime I start to drift away from that person that knows that it has all of this, that I start to feel a lack of all of them. I start seeing a lack in that specific person, the communication. I start to see my job getting a little bit more stressful. I start to notice little things about the people that I enjoy hanging out with. So my job at that moment is to bring it back to myself, and as a reminder, go back into my journal entries as to what it is that I want, and again, update to what it is that I want to experience now. update and kind of, continuously repeat to myself, this is what I want, and make those edits, those necessary edits, so that they conform to what you are wanting at this moment. Now, we're always evolving, so as we're evolving, our needs change, and it's okay. If you want to make a change, you can make a change, because you're just going to change your outlook to life at that moment. So just make that impression by sticking to what that is, and look into your environment and see what matches that, and put attention into that. And it's as easy as that. And now at this moment, I could tell you that I have a wonderful job where I work with incredible people that I highly appreciate, and I've become very close to them, and they've taught me so much. I also get to have I have a wonderful group of friends that are very supportive. I have a great relationship with my specific person, where I get to really enjoy him the way that I want to, and I see the version of him that I want to, and we're both enjoying each other, so we're both getting something incredible out of it. And my relationship with my family is great. There's more of an understanding with them. And yeah, my life overall is really great, and I feel with more energy. I recently started to work out again, which was something that I kind of neglected for quite some time. So I started to work out, and I started to feel a little bit like that part of me in the past that I really enjoyed, however, with more knowledge and more experience and more maturity. So it's even powerful and even better, which makes me feel more excited about what's to come. So yeah, this is what I did in order to attract this, and things that I had to kind of take a step back from. Which I understand that at times it could be hard, because we really do love these people, and we want them in our lives, but sometimes because we're not where we need to be, we cannot provide that light to them that allows us to see that greatness we at one point saw in them. So it's always important to kind of put yourself first in any situation, because once you start to internally change, you will see a reflection of that in all around you. Okay, so a summary of what I did is journal out what it is that I want with specifics, read it every single night, make any necessary edits to adapt to what you currently want day by day, and just stay to it. And surround yourself with people who are aligned with that journey. And also, if you take an inventory of your surroundings, anything that you see that could bring about thoughts that are not aligned with what you want, take a step back and focus on the things that do bring that joy and motivation into your life. Okay. Just some bonus things. I actually have a friend that I met through Create Your Future. She used to be a coach with us, but then moved on because she did get a full-time job as I think she's a therapist. She's a therapist. And she and I have been in constant communication. So that support body, like getting to know somebody that knows this, that you could talk to on those off days, is always so comforting. And she, she and I always have a conversation in those off days and just kind of say, hey, today I'm not feeling, and she reminds me, remember, everyone is you pushed out. You can do this. Remember that you're in charge. Let's change the thoughts. Let's change. This is what we need to do. And vice versa. I was like, you know what? This is what you need. This is what you deserve. So having that support system is always really great. So if you can find that buddy that, knows about this, be each other's support system. If you don't, however, if you're somebody who is more keeping this to yourself, inner conversation, make sure that the conversation is motivating yourself. Be your own personal cheerleader, and cheer yourself up, and encourage yourself, and know that you can accomplish anything that you want, and that you could get very, very far, and that you could do it. You've already done it so many times, and you could continue to do it. And it's all about your perspective. It's all about your beliefs. It's all about your self-concept. So take note of that. I hope that this helps. Again, remember, I am available for one-on-one coaching if you want to use this and kind of customize it to what you're currently going through and you need a little bit of help. I'm here to help you out with that. And yeah, I'm so excited to meet a lot of new faces. And yeah, I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.